Hello everybody, it's James, aka A Guy with a Mug, and welcome to Tactical Reroll, our weekly D&D hangout over here on our twitch.tv channel, and also over on our YouTube channel at, is it just Tactical Reroll or is it Play Tactical Reroll?
Tactical Reroll.
Just Tactical Reroll over on YouTube. I'm professional, this is a very professional stream, said no one ever, and here are my lovely players today.
Hi guys, it's me, Jade Kitty, also Sai.
Hey guys, it's me, Sound Jesus, also known as Jacob.
Hi, it's Chasing Fandoms, also known as Harley.
Hello everyone, this is Hardratha, also known as Rusty.
Welcome one and all. A few quick announcements before we start. We have uploads on our channel from previous streams, so if you're just checking in now, you can check those over on YouTube. I'm going to be starting up a new series called, I think I'm going to call it Table Technician. I'm not necessarily sure. Ways to uniquely homebrew content into your D&D table and games. And we may be doing Magic the Gathering on Twitch. I don't know. It's a thing I'm working on. So keep an eye out for all those new really cool things that we got going on today. Well, without further ado though, let's kick off with what everyone's here for. Where we last left our players, it was a very role-play heavy session. Many secrets were uncovered about the origins of the unique opalescent pearls that the players have come into possession of. Also, some other unique things happened. Toby learned that his boss's hideout was attacked by a group of changelings. Hardratha happened to buy a unique tome which will increase his arcane knowledge. Maeve went to her handler, which he has since reported her missing in action. And Lily Cook has begun to forge an unusual pact with her soul-consuming chakra. The last development of the night comes across in a different way. We enter in onto the Brass Bugle, Lily's Tavern, and base of operations for the players. Hardratha, where exactly do you stay in the tavern? Like, do you stay in the general dining floor? Do you have a specific room? Because if I remember correctly, both Toby and you were staying here.
Yep, because we had nowhere else to go.
Because my house was kind of,
Flattened.
yes.
Knocked down, one would say.
All of the above.
Eviscerated.
To be honest,
All of the above.
Lily would probably have him sleeping in the conference room until she can have it renovated.
So you're sleeping down in the conference room then, Hardratha, or have you been milling about?
Probably would have been milling about for now, and just kind of, just going around, seeing if I could help out, at least, earn my stay.
So it's fairly early morning. The sun is up. I actually have to advance our calendar by 2 days. Because I forgot to do it last session. Oh. Here's the date and year. I don't do time because that doesn't really matter like that. It's the 11th of Nirm. It's 10:66. It's fairly early in the morning. The sun's just peeking up. The wizards who control the climate in Sharn have since re-established their control of the weather. So the city itself has gone back to its normal temperate feel. As is usual with Sharn, the city never really sleeps. It is always busy. There's always something going on. You hear something hit the front door of the cafe, like a small package or something. And if you look out the window, you notice that there is messengers from House Civis. They're the Dragonmark House of Information and Trade. They're the Gnome House. You actually ran into one of those last session. They happen to leave something at the front of the door, and if you watch them, they're going out and they're throwing stuff at the front of everyone's door, little parcels of letters and stuff, all wrapped up. So what would you like to do? Arjatha?
I think I'll go out, pick up the parcel, and take a look at it.
Mm-hmm. So the parcel is a collection of letters, but the main thing on the very top is the newspaper that gets put out every day. It actually comes out 3 times a day from these unusual, like, arcane printing presses. It's like a hush-hush secret how they're able to mass produce stuff like this. But the headline reads, "Murder in bright light. Suspect still at large." As you go through and you read, you notice that it's actually the magic shop that you had visited the day before. The owner was brutally murdered, roughly 8 o'clock at night. Surprisingly, though, no one has noticed who the murderer is. However, the number 1 suspect is you. The last person seen entering into... Well, the last confirmed person to enter into the magic shop was none other than Hardratha. They have a very rough sketch of what you look like printed on the front of this newspaper. It somewhat looks like your likeness, but of course they got certain things wrong. Your ears aren't necessarily the proper shape. Your hair isn't put in the exact style that you normally keep it in. As you continue reading through the article, right? They're asking like, oh, anyone who has information about the murder, you can like go to the City Watch, and there is a small reward of 5 gold pieces for any information that leads to anything.
I just kind of like sink back through the doors.
There's like a bunch of other letters in there, like some of them are addressed to Lily.
Yeah, I definitely do not look at any of those. And I take everything over to Lily.
Mm-hmm. So, Lily, you're actually like upstairs in your room at the moment.
Actually, I would be in my office.
Oh, you're in your office?
Mm-hmm.
The wound on your hand has not healed. So the normal like healing magic that you have, the scar is still like very emblazoned on your hand. Your paw, it's like furry, so like you can like rough it over to cover it.
I have like toe beans.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh,
I have soft paws.
You have soft paws. Excuse me. I don't know panda feet biology like that. But there's still the cut on your hand. Normally the divine powers to be, there's the one who's credited, but normally like a long rest heals most minor injuries. However, yours is still there.
Like, is it still bleeding, or?
It's open. The wound itself is still open. However, it's not like bleeding bad. It's sore to the touch. But like the wound looks fresh, but like it's not bleeding.
Is there any discoloration to it?
A very slight discoloration, slight graying of the skin around it. You're normally very black paws, or have a slight lighter color right around the cut.
I just like change the wound to it, like just like put it on like a cloth and then wrap it up again.
Cool. So I'm assuming you're gonna get up and go about your business for the day?
Yep. Well, see how everyone doing.
Mm-hmm. So you end up coming downstairs. You see Hardratha in the main
howdy.
kitchen or dining area. He has a parcel about half a foot wide and half a foot tall of like bound letters and stuff like that.
See, you got a lot there.
Yes, some of it is junk, and it's all for you. And I just like hand it to her.
You know, are you still holding the newspaper?
Yeah. And
What's in the news today? Actually, I was originally coming down to get it, and I was gonna wake everyone up, but
Well, apparently I'm a murderer.
wait, what?
I like hand her the newspaper.
Mm-hmm.
I like just toss the other stuff behind me and grab the newspaper.
So yeah, so the heading reads out "Murder in the Bright Light District," which you somewhat know. Like, you've mainly gone around the Central Plateau. This is actually the area southern of your general location. I'll actually share. I'll share the sheet with all you guys. Did it pop up?
It's starting to, yeah.
Cool.
Currently loading on my end.
Currently loading.
There
it
we
is.
go.
So the area with the exclamation mark, that is the Bright Light District. The area, the central area where like Sword Point and Dragon Towers and the Sovereign Towers are, that is the area where you are, where you guys are. This is one level higher though. This is Middle Sharn where this murder happened.
Yeah, I'll say like, oh, these are like colored buildings. This is fancy.
Murder in Middle Sharn, almost never heard of. Lower Sharn, oh, there's murders all day long. In the Cogs, people die. It's never makes the news. But the fact that a established spellwright and mage was murdered, and for some odd reason most people don't notice, Sharn is a very busy place, but no one truly has come forward with any information is unusual.
What was the name of the lady again? That was in this area? That was in charge?
The City Watch lady?
Yeah.
Her name is... So it's Captain Milham is the name of her. Her first name is Emily, I believe. Quickly remember. Yep, Emily Milham. She's also known as Hot Hands, is her kind of like what her crew calls her.
Well, did you kill him?
No, I did not. I went there and I traded my staff for the book.
Is there any pictures of the crime scene or anything? Or?
There is not, but there is, of course, like, if you go to Warden's Towers, which is the garrison for that area of the city, it does say, like, any information that is given to Darant McFadden will be rewarded with 5 gold pieces. He's a detective. Darant McFadden.
Well,
If you want, I can spell that out for you.
What do you want to do then? I mean, your face won't be exactly. I'm down here. I don't think much will. But if someone's looking for a little gold, they may try to say, they will probably say you down here.
Well, I would like to try to clear my name, as I did not kill him.
Alright. Oh, you know what? Oh, maybe what we can do is we can wait till Maeve till she come here, since she worked with the big shots. If you're with her, no one will arrest you right away, right? And plus, she can be a lullaby since you were here with us. No, she left after you came back. But hey, I'll be a lullaby because after you did that, you came back here. So
Yeah.
I mean, but I think maybe we should wait for her since she's more familiar with the hot shots and stuff like that.
I agree.
You want me to go wake up Toby and let him know?
Yes, I will. And like I go to knock on like the room to Toby's door.
I'm up.
So, Toby, actually, as you wake up today, you feel like somewhat lethargic. You were coursing with so much magic the day before that, like, now that magic has like faded, it just
Wait, I have a
feels
question real quick.
slightly
Is he
slower.
sleeping in the guest room upstairs?
Probably, yeah.
You slept in like a nice bed then. 'Cause that was a fancy bed.
Everything's fancy here.
Oh no, upstairs only like that bed is fancy. Why is it fancy, may I ask? Oh, because Ellen was sleeping here, and she didn't want to hear me complaining about sleeping in a normal bed. So she got a fancy bed.
Actually, you would know, Lily, that Alan isn't going to be coming by today. He has, like, business elsewhere in the city he was taking care of.
Okay.
So, yeah, so Toby, you kind of feel, like, sluggish. You were coursing with so much energy that, like, all your runes were glowing with power. Your horn was crackling with lightning. But, like, now that magic is, like, faded. So, it's sort of like if you take a... Well, because you're being part dragon, it's like you removed the dragon's horde, so it doesn't have as much magical energy coursing through it at the moment.
Ah.
That's like just a little
So, what would you like to do, Toby? Someone's knocking on your door, waking you up.
I get up, sluggishly goes over to the door, and opens it.
So as you open it up, you see Hardratha. Hardratha, what color is your hair right now?
Right now it'd actually probably be more of just like his normal white color, as he's a little concerned about his name being slandered.
And yes, Valor's awake too.
You're a pterodactyl bird.
Pterodactyl bird just looks over and squawks.
I'm having to control my urge to just screech.
You can be the bird.
So I'm assuming, Hardratha, you informed Toby of like what's going on.
Yes. Tell him like, just yesterday I went to the store, traded that staff for the book, and now that shopkeep is dead, and I'm being framed for the murder.
I just asked him, what kind of magical stuff was that?
I don't know. It was given to me by Bluehorn.
He's more confused at this point, like, whatever Bluehorn gave you somehow got that shopkeep killed. So he'll say, I'll be down there in a bit to look at the paper to see if there's anything else written in there about it.
Oh, Maeve.
Yes.
Whereabouts are you this morning? Are you like with your family? Are you staying in the Dragon Towers? In your
It's still pretty early morning, right?
Yeah. Most like the
Yes.
general population is just waking up to start going about their day. But I mean,
She's
still
probably just finished like preparing one of her little potions just in case, anything happens. And it's probably just spending the morning with her family before she has to go out and do stuff.
So you're over in Buldir's Heart, which is the inn district. It's actually very close to Alander's Kitchen. Your Dragonmark house has like somewhat purchased a few of the low-income inns in the area temporarily for all the displaced to stay at.
Yeah.
So this place would probably be like a decent place to stay, but at the moment, like the common room is crammed full of displaced people. All the rooms are full to capacity, and they've put down like cots. The basement where they normally store the food has people staying at it as well. Your stepdaughter is absolutely zonked out from like all the running around and chaos.
Yeah.
However, your husband, whose name evades me, I have so many NPC names. I told you, we're professional over here.
Did I write this down?
You probably
Yeah, Gordon was actually the name of him.
Oh yeah,
Gordon. I
Gordon.
kept thinking of Randy Gordon.
Gordon Bronzeback.
Yep.
Okay.
He's sort of doing his morning clerical rituals, which is less of like a religious thing and more something he just does for fun. He has a crackling thunderstone, which he like holds and courses the lightning through his body.
I have a feeling when he took that out, she just kind of like tried to get out of the range of any misfires or anything. Just she like takes her little potion thing that she's making and just kind of shimmies her way to the other side of the room.
So he crushes the stone and makes like a bolt of crackling lightning that like goes down his arm, and he has these fairly ornate tattoos of the sovereign host tattooed on him, which is like one of the pantheons in Eberron. It's one of the most common pantheons in Eberron. And like the storm tattoos on his back like crackles with power as he's getting filled with his daily dose of magical energy. So it takes probably
away with her potion.
Takes probably about 10 minutes. You could like stay there and watch. Like you've seen him do this like 100 times. It's to the point where even like the crackle of thunder and lightning doesn't even wake up Brigitte. The dwarf girl just like rolls over and just like, ugh, I'm going back to bed.
Sounds like a teenager.
It's like I've seen this once, I've seen this 1,000 times.
For any viewers that were interested, yes, she did get her cream puffs.
So she probably should have a box of cream puffs on the end of like a dresser or something in the room.
Possibly.
It was probably before she went to see them. She probably bought them and then just showed up with a box of cream puffs like, sorry, I disappeared.
Sorry I disappeared, but I got you your cream puffs.
This happens all the time. You should know by now.
So,
yeah, she just gets ready for the day.
alright. So you just prepare your potions, get your outfit on.
Yep. Make sure that everything is covered and is looking decent.
So Gordon's like, he's putting on like his work boots, his overalls and everything. He's like, so Maeve, what exactly are you going to be doing now that, the ship is kind of destroyed and you're still reported missing in action?
Yeah, I guess the gnome who I can't remember his name right now. I'm always forgetting his name. My contact.
His name Farbiz.
Giving me a little bit.
I think it's more of you can't. Yeah, it's not the fact that you can't remember; it's the fact that you don't care enough to remember.
Yeah, I mean he's the same way with her. So, but she's explains like that he's giving her a little bit of time while he deals with everything that's going on, and so then she's gonna try to figure out exactly what happened on that ship. He probably would have told him very vague things, but not in complete detail about what happened.
So you kind of look to, well, as it stands at the moment, we have 25 gold to live off of here, but once our gold runs out, the house says we have to find somewhere else. So I'm going to be actually heading out into the southern city, see if I can't strike up a deal with some salvage crew and make some money that way.
Well, I'm sure with all the chaos going on right now, you could probably find something.
He looks up and is like, at least let me buy you breakfast before you run off. He does this like, he claps you on the back and like the static electricity makes like your clothes crackle slightly.
I have a feeling she would just kind of glare at him in a way of like, why are you giving me like a buddy, like, I'm your guy friend, clap on the back, like just kind of stare at him for a moment, like, what are you doing?
He gives you one of his like, I'm up to something big, but I'm not gonna tell you winks. He like snaps his fingers and uses thaumaturgy to cause like a thunderclap. Brigitte snaps awake. She's like, hey, what's going on? And she stops and looks and she's just like, you woke me up for what? Gordon's like, get up, girl. Come on, we're getting food with your mother. She's like, sure, give me a moment. She's like trying to like rub the sleep out of her eyes. She gets up,
Sounds adorable.
goes and like gets her outfit on and everything. So
Maeve is gonna walk over to the box of cream puffs if there's any left, and when Brigitte's back is turned, she's just gonna kind of whistle at her, see if she turns around and tosses it to her.
yeah, she ends up turning around. So you just throw her one.
Yeah, if she didn't respond, it was gonna get thrown at the back of her head.
Well, okay then.
So sweet.
Well, not thrown, tossed, but you know.
I imagine like the anime like aggressive throne and just like puh.
Pretty much.
So yeah, so you end up catching it. You dust it off, or whatever. She ends up catching it, kind of like dust off some of the sugar, and like takes a large bite out of it. So you go out into the common area, and it's just like a bunch of people. Gordon walks up to like the bartender. Get me some of your strongest grog and tea for this one. Gestures back towards you.
Towards
So-
me or Brigitte?
Towards you.
Yeah, I still have to do things.
I think like they're at the moment I'm like, wait, like, you're right.
Yeah. Pretty much.
So he looks up now and he's like, so, I've been working on something for you.
Okay, should I be worried this is another one of your, over the top
No.
shenanigans?
It's something a bit unique I've been making. I know you go off on your crazy adventures, but I've been setting some gold aside for a bit. And I wanted to make you some sort of keepsake, but you're not all about the mushy stuff. I get it. But I wanted to make you this, and he pulls out this a very nicely made sword hilt, but it has no blade.
Okay.
And he hands it over to you.
She kind of starts inspecting it.
You notice
with
that
kind of a raised eyebrow.
there's two triggers on it. One on the pommel, and then one on the top of the grip itself, right up near the hilt.
Mm. Should I be worried about anything since we're in a very cramped room at the moment?
Oh no! Go ahead, use it. I want to see your face.
Okay. So she does. You said there was like two triggers.
Mm-hmm.
So she'll do the one by the pommel, you said?
Yeah. So you push the one on the pommel, and you hear like it actually like turns. The pommel itself twists. And as you twist it, you hear like a click sound coming from the hilt itself, like mechanical.
Mm-hmm.
And now you notice that the trigger up near the hilt can actually be pulled.
Okay, she cautiously goes to pull that then.
As you do, a blade slides out of it at like high speed, and you notice it's like this really elegantly made silver-plated sword that like snaps out, and it's about the size of a rapier, but it has like little
Okay.
segments with runes on it that allow it to slide into this hilt.
That is really cool. Now, is there anything else that this does?
He then starts speaking in a hushed tone. I know about your less than savory tactics, and well, cutting yourself in public isn't necessarily a common thing that people do. So, he twists the pommel in the opposite direction, and it actually like comes out, and there's a small like vial in the bottom. It has like a needle on it. If you ever need to store some of your Vital essence. He's looking for like keywords to not make this sound worse than it is.
As the bartender is probably listening in, like, what the heck are they talking about, and why does she have a sword?
Yeah. You can always use it to hold one guest charge in there.
I just appreciate how, like, supportive he's trying to be.
Yeah, you can see that on her face, that she's very grateful, and she just kind of pulls him in for a quick hug without embarrassing the stepdaughter too much.
Yeah, he gives you like this large bear hug. Cause he's a fair bit stronger than you are, just from being dwarfed.
Yeah, very average strength over here.
What is your strength? Yeah, 10.
Yeah, very average.
He has like a strength of 15, so he's just like, he's large, like burly, tattooed arms. You know, it's something that while you're out there.
You might snap me like a toothpick.
Don't make that a threat. He's like, well, I have to be off. He waves at the bartender. Anything the girl wants, put it on my tab. Bartender like nods. Looks down. Brigitte like climbs up onto the stool. Sure, I'll take some of those and some of those. And she's like pointing like, it's like some tea and some like breakfast like biscuit things. And the bartender brings them over.
Yeah, Mabel probably eat something small, talk with her stepdaughter a little bit before heading out.
And she's like, I was gonna go up to the temple district. Apparently Father has some friends up there, and I was gonna go hang out with them for a little bit. It's awfully stuffy in here. She looks around like all the people. That's when like you notice the newspaper folded up on the bar counter.
I'm assuming I see.
Yep, you see the headline and a sketch of Hardrath's face.
She kind of like turns away from Brigitte for a moment and kind of has a face of like, what are they getting into now? Like, what is happening? I leave for a night and this happens. But kind of makes a mental note of that and finishes up what she's doing and heads out.
So you notice that the city feels a bit more of a temperate, kind of that cool, dry feel to it, despite being a seaside town. As you look up, you can see like these, there's placed every like half mile are these large towers that like emanate out weather controlling magic.
Okay.
So that like keeps the city a nice temperature. So I'm assuming you're gonna head off to the Bugle.
I figured we would be going over to the Lily's kitchen.
Oh,
That's where everyone would be?
Yeah, it's called the Bugle.
yeah, the Bugle.
Oh, okay. I am a dumb.
It's okay. It's called Lily's Bugle.
So you arrive. When you get there, everyone's already sitting down in the main common room, peering over this.
I made breakfast.
This elaborate breakfast is also set out there of like fruits and seared meats and pastries. And everyone's like sitting around one of the central tables with this newspaper set down on it.
She probably would have knocked and not just walked in immediately, just because it's not her building, and she knows that technically Lily isn't open yet. So.
Come in. Door open.
And then she'd go in and be like, okay, what's happening now?
I didn't do it.
That's my lie.
Well, the newspaper said otherwise, so you better start explaining.
I traded a staff for a book. And
Okay.
it ended up dead.
And death happened.
And you're sitting here eating breakfast rather than trying to clear your name?
We've been waiting for you.
And Lily would come
How
out.
did you know I was gonna come back today?
Lily comes out of the kitchen. You said you would.
I said I'd be back in a few days, not the next day.
Well, I mean, I like to think maybe my charm would like, oh, I sort of miss that nice, tall, furry lady. Oh, and her food's pretty good. Maybe I'll go back and make sure everything all right. And also, you know, also, you know, the fact that like this fella here, his face is all over the newspaper. I knew he'd be coming back.
Yeah. As she sits down.
Need anything to drink? Tea, coffee, alcohol, troll spit?
I'm good, thanks. Had breakfast with the family.
Oh, yeah, the family should bring them over sometime. Also, actually, since everyone's here now, real quick before we go on to the next thing, if any of you need a place to stay at or like work, I plan to renovate my basement again to do more bedrooms since it seems like I keep gathering people by the daily. So just let me know before I start the renovation, and if you need work, I am willing to have you work here. It'll be a part thing. If you live and work here, we won't probably get as much due to since your expenses will be literally living here and getting food from here. Just but still give you a good little pay.
Well, depending on situations, I might take you up on that. Or at least either my stepdaughter or husband might take you up on that.
Yeah. If they like food, then yeah, I got you. But on to the next thing before I do that. What should we do now with Hardratha?
I would like to clear my name, because I didn't do it. Though, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not super torn up about it, because he was a gnome, but...
I mean, I don't have very good viewpoints on gnomes, but that's because my boss is not the nicest.
I mean,
But
honestly,
why?
I never met the guy, so it's not like I can actually be heartbroken about the guy.
I'm just curious on what his issue is about gnomes.
My father used to be a merchant, and gnomes just kind of... They're stingy. They're very stingy.
Yeah, but maybe
It kinda
this gnome
stuck up.
wasn't.
Maybe, but...
If you walk into a court with the kind of attitude of, he's a gnome, I don't care, they're gonna think that you killed him.
I mean, you got a point,
This
but...
is why I like Dwarf Company more than Gnome Company.
I second that.
Halflings are always a nice life at the party. But, well, I figured that on the newspaper it said, like, go to this one fancy house, but I figured, you know, if a big monster lady and the one who is told to be the victim, the murderer went in, they would be really quick to arresting versus asking questions. So I was like, let's wait for Maeve. Maybe, you know, she got some connections and all that, and if they see us with her, they won't instantly go to arrest us and all that.
Yeah, because if I were to try to walk in there, that's a...
Well, the current
Jail
thing
threat for me.
at the moment is that I am apparently missing in action. So, as much as yes, I could go in, flash my signet ring, and make it go away, it's also not the best idea if you guys still want me around.
Well, I mean, maybe we can also contact try and get in touch with Captain Milliam, the lady from yesterday, and see if she can, like, pass on the news for us.
That could be something.
Valor seconds that.
I don't know how to contact her.
Toby.
Just...
As
Yes.
a local resident expert, her office is in Middle Sharn in a place known as Sword Point, which is where the City Watch garrison for the Central Plateau is. We have a big office up in there, which also has like the jail and everything else. That's where she would most likely be at. There's also a local office in Olandra's kitchen that you could check out, known as the Cupboard.
I would notify the group of this, saying, well, they have an office here and there that we can potentially go to.
So we go there and ask her to come here.
I could probably go there and
You sure about
ask
that,
her.
Toby?
Are you sure it'd be good if you go there?
I haven't done anything in a long time. I'm sure I'll be fine.
Cause I think
If you
it
think so, we can hang out outside just in case.
we can
but-
like go. We can walk with you. Plus that way I know where it's at too. I just think we should probably say down here versus going up a level. Cause I think the more we go up a level, that's when our buddy here. Lily says as she pats his head.
So yeah, I think it's also that we're all gonna go.
No?
Alright, which one are we going to? Are we going to the one where there's the jail, or are we going to
The one
non-jail?
down here. The one down here.
Yeah, let's go to the one down here then.
Alright, so you go to the pantry?
The cupboard.
Yeah.
The cupboard, sorry. So you head out, make your way through the streets. It's pretty busy. No one, if anyone does notice Hardrath, no one's like made it clear that they have. But you make your way through. It's bustling. It's that like cool, temperate feel to the weather. And you make your way to the station in Olandra's kitchen. It's a small, older-looking building, built into like around a tower, but it clearly says like City Watch on it. The doors just open up; anyone can come in and out.
Who wants to go in first? I guess I'll go in first.
Suffer just like stops, looks at Lily.
We all just stop here, like thinking, like, well, should I really go in? like I'll go in with Lily just to be on the safe side.
Maeve's just kind of standing there, like, I'm just here.
Yeah, I'll go inside with Lily.
Because they're not who goes in first. Because Lily can't go in with another. Like she has to literally wait for someone to go, and then she goes in because she's too big. Well, she's a big girl.
Okay.
Not too big. She's a big girl. That's
Okay,
fine.
yeah, then I'll.
Well, here, the order should be Toby.
Yeah, I'll walk in.
Hardrath, and then Maeve.
As Valor's like, no, don't bring me inside this place.
Yeah, no. Lily goes in. Is the door small, or a little bit too small for her?
It's like a human-sized door.
Ooh. Okay, so she's it's okay.
It's
Then
not
I
like-
guess I'm going in.
Lily's
you
determined
like
now.
duck under
Yeah, she
and
ducks
step
under
in.
and like steps in. It's just like okay. At least it's not a gnome door.
No, it's not a gnome-sized door. As you walk in, it has a very old smell to it. The smell of like old wood and smoke. There's actually like certain hazes over like certain desks, and there's probably about like 20 people in here. There's a group of like city watchmen who are like getting off their shift. You can see they're taking off their like chainmail armor and putting up their weapons and everything. But as you walk in, the first person like greeting is like at this sort of reception desk area is he has strawberry blonde hair, freckles all over his face, and green eyes.
Is he at the desk or?
Yeah, he's at the desk. He's like doing some paperwork. Hello, how can I help you?
Howdy, looking for a Captain Milham.
Captain Milham. Do you have an appointment with her or something?
Well, she said if I needed anything from her, I can come in and request her assistance.
Very well.
Named Lily Cook.
Lily Cook. He writes it down first. And how about the rest of you? Are you here for tickets, reporting yourself as no longer missing for the ongoing Cold Titan investigation?
They're with me, and no.
Very well. He writes it down. He hands a strip of paper over to a halfling. It's like, take this to the captain, if she's available. Halfling nods and runs off to the back of the office, and it will take a few minutes, so make yourself comfortable. There's like some chairs you can sit in and stuff. So, you guys kind of sit back and wait for a moment.
Sit back, relax.
Mm-hmm. RJ, you're kind of like sitting in the middle of an office. So do you, of the city watch office. Do you try to like hide your face or anything, or you just sitting there like whatever?
I'm just sitting there.
All right. Let
Just
me.
sitting. Oh no.
I would like try to stand in his way. Like wherever he's at, I'll try to stand like sort of in his way.
Well, no one seems to notice you. Everyone seems like too preoccupied on what they're doing to like look up and notice. And even if they do look at you, it just doesn't like necessarily click. There's like loads of paperwork coming in. As you wait, like a few people also come in. Oh, I have to pay a parking ticket for my griffin who was illegally placed somewhere. Like, here, pay out this much. Someone comes in to report like a robbery. They're like, sure, if we have time, we'll look into it.
Sure, if we have time, we'll look into it. Oof.
Eventually, you see the captain, and you can definitely tell like she's the captain by her like uniform. She's wearing a half breastplate. She has a small shield on her arm and everything. Wand at one side, sword at the other. And she begins walking towards you guys. She notices Lily first.
Howdy.
And like she has a fairly like decent smile. And then she sees Toby and her smile falls like,
Well, I'm sorry. We just didn't know who to talk to. Do you have an office in which we can go and speak a little?
Do I have an office? I do, up at Sword Point.
Oh, okay. Do you have a room down here in which we can go and speak a little?
Is there anyone in the witness protection room, Robert? Strawberry blonde hair shakes his head no. Follow me. They take you back to this like room that has like metal plate on the walls and these really thick windows with glyphs on it. And it opens up and walks inside. And as soon as she closes the door, you can't hear anything outside of this box. There's like a small table, 2 chairs only, and then 1 chair on the other side. She sits down in the side with only 1 chair, which is slightly larger and more imposing.
Lily just
Stands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What exactly can I do for you?
Lily points at her Draco.
I just wave.
Apparently,
She
newspaper.
narrows her eyes and said, "So you've brought in our missing suspect."
He didn't do it. I can honestly attest. I mean, he did leave for a moment, but right after that, he came back to my kitchen.
What were you saying, Toby? She folds her hands and like looks at you.
So apparently, he's being accused of murdering someone that he isn't capable of doing. Since, look at this innocent boy.
Make me a persuasion check with disadvantage. She doesn't really believe you for 1 second, but
Oh.
Was that disadvantage?
no,
No.
it was just vantage. Roll again.
Oh, roll again.
Yeah, you have disadvantage, my dude.
Oh no. I'm sorry.
Rip.
She like narrows her eyes as she looks at you. It's like, Toby, both you and I know that even a halfling is capable of murder.
So are changelings. But we'll get to that on another note. I have another reason for being here.
But no, in all seriousness, you lean. And Lily will just pause for a moment. In all seriousness, Miss
Milham.
Look, I'm sorry, I'm bad. Alright,
She's like, it's all right.
Miss he did. I mean, I at least believe he didn't do it. Was there anything? So, I mean, it looks harder. Didn't you like turn something in too before you left? Like,
Yes. I went in and I traded a obsidian staff for a book on how to learn magic.
Well, unfortunately, I'm not the one with the ongoing investigation. I personally don't believe you, but I don't have any evidence to arrest you on. It would be better for you to head over and speak to the good detective himself. Warden's Tower. Here. She writes you a letter, folds it up, puts a stamp on it, hands it to you. Take this to him, it will get you right in, and he'll see you. Unfortunately, though, my hands are tied. I have a mafia problem at the moment. I don't know if you would know anything about that, Toby.
Does it have to do with the changelings?
Well, we didn't know they were changelings until someone set their building on fire.
Well, that would explain what happened earlier then.
Somewhere over in the trade fair marketplace in Middle Sharn, Middle Central Tower, a small business was set on fire by one very large, burly blue dragon. And a very rambunctious orc.
Would that orc be Bugden
Yes.
too?
Yes. I'm not going to arrest you because you weren't seen at the crime. But
I mean, what time of day did that happen at?
earlier this morning, the small bakery had just opened up. The dragon flew down. Bullet Tooth launched in some sort of explosive spell. It blew up, and then they flew off.
Toby, does that seem like something they do?
I just have a headache at this point. This war here, I cannot get a break.
One moment, sorry.
Yep. I just say to myself, I can't get a break at all.
I don't know if this is a turf war or something else, but if I happen to find them, I'm obligated to arrest them.
Well, I will say the changelings have been, well, they fit the bill of the earlier killings within the recent of months, where we've been silent most of the time, as far as I know.
Well, if you would like to come in with notable evidence proving that the changelings were the ones, in fact, who caused the damage to your tapestry shop, I will be more than happy to launch an investigation against them. However, burning down businesses in broad daylight is a good way to get on my bad side.
Yeah, I think Bullet Tooth probably did this to get on your bad side, if I'm guessing.
Most likely. He'll probably stop by my office later and say how, oh, it wasn't him, it was the changelings framing him or something. I'm waiting for the call. And, like, if she was, like, clairvoyant, like, Robert, the strawberry blonde guy, knocked on the door. Ma'am, there's, someone up front to see you. So, well, speaking of the devil, I will be heading off. If you guys need me, I will be here. Here's the letter. Go talk to the good detective.
I'll be heading out then. I mean, unless anyone
Well,
else got
yeah.
anything.
I think not. That answers for you my questions.
She eyes Maeve very curiously. But she doesn't, like, say anything. She definitely is, like,
Maeve
taking...
just kind of raises an eyebrow at her
She's
when she
taking a mental
notices.
note of Maeve. And then just kind of walks up.
Maeve doesn't say anything other than just kind of give her a look like, I see you.
I'll see you.
I see you looking at me.
Right.
So yeah, so where to next, guys? She kind of just leaves you in there, so if you want to talk in this room, you can.
shall we head out then? I guess we have to go up. But at least with that letter, hopefully we won't get, like, arrested right away or anything.
Well, hopefully I won't be. Or Hardratha.
Hopefully none of us will.
I mean, I have no reason to.
You two will be fine. It's just me and Hardratha, that's all. So, I say let's just head on out. I'm sure the person that's out there is Bullet Tooth, so...
Yep.
Yeah.
So as you leave, you can definitely hear Bullet Tooth and Milham arguing back and forth. You cannot simply walk and burn down. I can frankly do whatever I want, with enough money and determination. So, my fine captain, if you will step aside and get rid of these ridiculous charges, I'll be on my way. you see your brother Jackknife just hunched over as per usual, too big for most of these buildings, and just like glaring down. He gives you like a nod of approval as he sees your group leaving.
I just walk by, I like walk close to it and just try to like lead up to whisper, "Good job."
Actually, make me a perception check.
Perception?
Yep.
Oh, I guess it's gonna be terrible. Oh, not really.
13? That's not bad. So, he kind of like bumps into you purposely, and you feel like the weight slightly shift in one of your pockets.
I just continue walking off.
Mm-hmm. It's less of like he took something out of your pocket and more like he dropped something into it.
We're like, oh, like he took something out of my pocket?
No, he
He put something into your pocket.
Oh,
He, like,
okay.
Bumps you and
I wonder what he put in my pocket.
Alright. So you guys head out back into the main streets. You can get a sky coach over there, or you
Yep.
can walk, whichever your preferred method is.
What would you guys say, sky coach or we walk?
Don't matter to me.
Lily sighs and like tries to call for a sky coach.
So there's like
Lily's having to make all the hard decisions. Everybody else is just like, I don't want to talk.
It's like indecisive moment, activate.
so you just go up to one of these like they're lines pretty much that you can like stand at.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. You go there and they give you like tokens like where are you going to?
Up?
Descriptive. No, like specifically.
I tell them exactly where we're going.
So you're going over to Warden Tower.
Yes.
Wait, it's like that will be a 2 gold cost ride per person.
2 gold per person?
Yep.
Alright.
Wow. Yep.
Lily got it. She pays for everyone. Get to my inventory.
So 8 gold.
Yeah.
Maeve just kind of blinks, like, I could have easily paid for that myself.
Actually, Maeve, you could have shown your signet ring because your dragon house controls all the little.
Well, she
sky
was
coaches.
going to do that, but then
Lily was like, oh, yep, here.
No, here you go. And just climbs in.
Oh,
she's
that's
just
it.
like, I'll take care of the ride back.
Alright. I mean, Lily's like, I don't know what you can do and can't do.
So you guys get in, you sail across. Do any of you guys look down?
Yes.
Yeah.
The entire
And
time.
the fear of heights is the next question.
Does anyone have the fear of heights? Yes.
No.
Nope, I do not.
Toby does not. But Toby will put his hand in his pocket to see what his brother put in there.
So, as you guys are looking down, you notice that there's like someone who's like falling off of a bridge or something, and like a gargoyle like grabs a hold of him and like pulls him into like a window. And like you notice there's like a good amount of like construction materials being moved on the very lowest parts of Sharn. Says you flower. As you can actually look in your inventory.
Okay.
See what things are there that weren't there before.
Ah. Gonna have to think of later.
So you want to share with the rest of the group, or are you just gonna be like, nope, this is something I'm gonna keep to myself for now?
For now, I don't think, flashing items out of nowhere is gonna not bring attention.
Alright. So it takes like 15, not even 15 minutes, probably like 10 minutes to fly directly to where you need to go in Warden's Towers. And it's a nice average residential neighborhood. People are just fairly decently. You're in the garrison, so there's the prison and the different places. There's a Wayfinder's Foundation building in here. But the Warden's Tower, main central office they're known as the Jailers, as their version of the City Watch is called, has a ball and chain connected to a hammer as their like icon on their building. And it's big and blazoned. Anyone can see it. And there's these large metal columns that go up to like holding up the front open air plaza of this place. And you guys get dropped off there. Occasionally you'll actually hear the ringing out of a gavel. And it's busy. It is busy in this part of Sharn. There are loads of people coming and going. A lot of people you notice a lot of halflings. In the Central Plateau, there's not a lot of halflings. Here, there's a decent amount of halflings. And there is a good amount of people with magical powers, carrying staves and wands and tomes, shuffling about. There's a good amount of bards. You can see like a lot of students. Maybe they're drama or arts majors that are going about. There's a whole collection of people who wear the mask split down the middle. One side smiling, the other side frowning. Stereotypical theater emblem.
Lily just realized, like, I'm gonna get in trouble again, aren't I? Because she has a big chakram on her back, and with her, she's like, dang it.
Yeah, you do have your very large chakram. Maeve, you would know that you can show your ring, and they won't take any of your weapons. For the rest of you, anything that is not a simple weapon, the size of a short sword or smaller, will have to be left at the air stop, where you pretty much get dropped off. Or you can try to hide your stuff.
I'm considered a guard, right?
You are a house agent, so you're actually above guards.
Okay.
So you have rights to use all your weapons and magic and everything. You could actually make temporary citizens arrests if you want. Like no, you're coming with me by my house. You're not being arrested by the city. No, my house is taking you in.
That's one of the reasons why Maeve is kind of here, so if somebody does recognize Hardratha, she can be like, I already have him. Shoot. Go away.
Nice.
So any of you guys can put your items into storage. You just go into your inventory tab and you unclick it so there's nothing in the circle for anything that you're leaving.
Really? Like, they're like, alright, let's go. And just starts heading off.
Just like, nope.
Uh-huh.
They're like, ma'am, and just brushes by the guy.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just gonna walk through.
Same.
Because the only thing I have on me are simple weapons, except for this light crossbow.
So you just, nope, screw this guy.
I am. I feel like he's like, man, she like looks down at him. Like, yeah.
Your average sized human looks back up at massive panda bear.
Maeve is just gonna step up and be like, it's okay, you're all with me. It's alright.
You flash your ring. He actually takes out like his ring, holds it close to yours, it glows with magic, so he knows it's legit. It's like, okay, go. So you guys
gonna
walk
get
off.
me in trouble.
I get myself in enough trouble up here. Like, you should have seen it when I went to the bank with this thing. It was funny.
So you guys walk right into the main area. You want to look around the Warden's Tower district, or you just going straight to your goal?
Well, what do you guys want to do? Do you want to go straight there? I mean, honestly, I just want to be here so that way I can be the voice is the proof of feeling like I know he wasn't there because it was in the evening that the newspaper had said, right?
Yeah, it was about 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're back here by that point, so.
Yeah, I mean, I was back before sun went down.
Yeah, so I would say let's clear the name first, and then we'll go from there. Because if we walk around some spots, it's gonna be a lot more difficult than it has to be.
Mm.
So
Well,
I would say let's just get this out the way.
Whoever knows lead the way. I don't know where we're going from here, so.
I would lead the way because.
I'm about to say, like, we have to point someone to lead the way.
Because, yeah, I think I'm the. Am I the only one in this party that actually's been around in this place?
You come through here once in a while. None of you guys are like particularly like super knowledgeable.
I'm gonna go up to a halfling and poke their head.
Going up to a halfling and poke their head. They look up at you very dirty. They give you like a very dirty look.
Excuse me, where's the warden tower at?
Points to the very large building with a ball and chain. It's connected to a gavel.
Thank you.
Just eyes you aggressively.
Well, we gotta go there. Lily points at it.
So
Yep.
you guys.
Onward!
You guys make your way right up and walk in. You
Yep.
are meted by several well-armed guards. They carry halberds that crackle slightly with magic, and these decently armored outfits. Not necessarily like full plate armor, but it's probably has the same effect. And they're like set at each entrance. And as you guys walk up, they immediately clock the person with a giant chakram, and they all lower their halberds to point at you.
Aren't you guys all so sweet?
Ma'am, I'm gonna need you to drop the weapon.
No. She points at me. I'm with her.
Mavis kind of blinks and kind of peeks around because she was walking behind you.
Yeah.
Just kind of looks at you like, why?
So
Why?
these guys are pretty much the equivalent of riot police. So this bulky, durable armor and pole arms that they can use to swat people away with.
Lily believes it. She doesn't care.
They're not part of your house. These guys work for the city. That's the other thing I should mention.
That's kind of the reason why she's like,
I'm with her. I'm with her, and we're here to talk to Captain McFadden.
McFadden.
I have a note from Captain Milliam.
Yes. This way. They look at the letter. They open up, read it. Scowls, hands it back to you.
Scowls.
As you enter into the large open air plaza, you notice that there's like runes periodically placed around that dampen the effects of like magic and stuff. Doesn't nullify it, just dampens the effect of magic. Tobias, someone who is magic, you can definitely feel like the somewhat oppressive force.
How about with the Hajitha who's learning magic?
Yep.
Harjatha doesn't have like magic coursing through him per se, like a sorcerer.
Alright.
But like if he were to go to cast a spell, he would notice that like above first level, he can't really cast.
Yeah, and for me, it's like I also have ruins.
is my arm affected at all?
Your arm is unaffected,
Okay.
Why?
and Lily's chakram is also unaffected.
Yeah.
Yeah, so me, it's like I don't like this feeling.
Yeah, no, it feels like being placed in a very, like, despite it being open air, it's like you're placed in like a box that feels like it's just always closing in.
Right, it's like they could
Bring
definitely
back the
tell.
box.
Oh gosh, the box.
The box.
What's in the box? Yeah, they could definitely tell that the space here, it's kind of uncomfortable for him since he is a sorcerer after all.
Everyone, give me perception checks.
But my actual perception is terrible.
What's your passive perception? 15? I'll let you use that. Alright. What's Toby's passive perception?
Oh wait, active.
9. Okay, so...
Let me roll real quick.
Everyone except for Maeve, who
Wait.
just kind of uses her passive.
No, Toby already.
Yeah,
rolled
Toby
it.
already rolled your passive
Yeah,
perception.
you already rolled your passive.
You already rolled your perception check. I was wondering what your passive was, in case it might
Oh,
have been
yeah.
higher. So yeah, so you guys are looking around. I'll go down the order of who rolled. Toby, as you're looking around, you notice that one of the rival gangs that are in this area, known as the Oni, are here. They have this blue, it kind of looks like a devil tattoo on their arm or their shoulder. Sometimes if they're feeling really out there, they'll like have it on their neck.
Right.
Some of those guys are in here. The other thing you notice is there is an unusual, because you've been in a central garrison, there's an unusual lack of city guards here. You have the main guys stationed up front, but there's not really people about. There's only like 2 or 3 you notice. There's a few Wanderites who are kind of the magic police, but even those are like very low numbers. Maeve, you look around, you notice that there is one of your people here. They're just a simple, one of the people from your Dragmark house, excuse me. They're just a simple like worker, and they're like filing reports or something. Your perception is like pretty good. You got the second highest, so you're able to overhear their conversation.
Okay.
You're able to overhear the conversation. I know that we technically need more permission to go through, but we need to bring materials from the Central Plateau through here. And if we have to continuously stop at customs to be checked because the city does not trust us, it is going to hamper our ability to move the giant, and he looks back and forth, air elemental hazard sitting in your harbor. And the guy grumbles. He's like, it's above my pay grade, man. Like, you have to talk to my boss, and my boss has to talk to his boss. You're going to be here for like 4 months. Just deal with it and move through. And he's like, but I have paperwork here that says... He looks up. He's like, we don't value your Dragon Mark paperwork here. We're not a house to be bought. Please just move along. And the guy's like... There's banter going back and forth. This guy's pretty much just pleading for them to like just let my supplies through, and they're like, we gotta hold it over to be checked. Hardratha. Actually, wait, no. Hardratha, don't you have your pendant focus that kind of has a range magic detection?
Say again?
Don't you have the necklace that can like passively detect magic?
I believe so.
I believe you do. Yeah. So your pendant actually is what kind of like makes you notice. But there is a person in here who has warded off the suppressive magic. A older looking woman, gray hair, kind of hunched over. She has a walking stick that doubles as a staff. And she's emanating a decent amount of powerful magic that your necklace is like humming to. She's not really doing anything. She's just more watching what's going on. She's standing up against one of the large iron pillars in the entryway. She's eyeing everyone very curiously. She's like eyes of a hawk, pretty much. She's like staring, noticing every detail. Nothing's going unwatched. Lily.
Oh.
There is a Pandaran in here. Panda folk.
What?
Yeah. He has more golden color skin versus your dark.
I mean,
His-
golden color fur.
Golden color fur. He has this very large hat on. He has a staff that's holding these two very large gourds that are like
Is he
placed over his
is he
shoulders.
Is he like the Earth clan?
Is he in Ebron, the Earth Clan? No.
Yeah.
He's not Earth Clan.
The Sky Clan?
Yep.
Oh. Ew.
He's,
Sorry.
He has these large, like, not gaudy, but very well-made silk clothes. And he's in there getting his wares maybe checked out. But you notice him. Oh, yeah. So, you guys gonna keep heading on to the detective?
Go to the desk and ask, yeah.
Ah. So you go up to the desk. A woman with completely black eyes looks back at you.
Howdy.
Greetings. How can I help you?
Can you direct us? We're looking for Captain McFadden.
Ah, yes, Detective McFadden. Please, directly behind me. And she just directs you back.
Wait, where was the painter? Was he at the up front too? Or?
Yeah, he's at one of the. She's like two things over.
I'm gonna just wave.
He looks you up and down. His eyes widen. He gives you this like large smile. He appears. He's like hold on, one moment.
Oh, I made a mistake.
Or
Okay.
you can just keep going.
I'm gonna be like, one moment, and then like hold letter and like finger and then go.
Oh,
Like, to like, wait, I gotta do stuff.
so you go on. Bye.
Yeah.
Hi. Bye.
Yeah, and as Lily goes like, I didn't expect someone to be so excited. Normally this guy don't like, like my clans.
So you head in, and it is made of this dark mahogany wood. Very fancy in this part, directly after the plaza. The floors are made of shiny marble. They have the ball and chain hooked up to the gavel, emblazoned on the floor. And there's these mechanical elevators that are like built into the walls that have these large turning cogs that like go up and down the tower. And you follow the lady's directions. Go directly behind, take the elevator up to the 4th floor, and his office will be directly in front of
A what?
you. You can't miss it. The giant clock.
Thank you. And as I walk, Lily's gonna turn around like, what's an elevator?
We'll just char. Yeah, it's best to show you instead of describing it. It's kind of complicated.
Alright.
It's like the little platforms that we just rode on.
What platform? Oh, you mean the chariot? Or the thing?
Yes.
So yeah, you guys get on, you go up, and you enter in. He has this large door, glass, with Detective Durant McFadden emblazoned on the front of it. The room itself, you can see through the fog glass that he has like large windows, but his blinds are all the way down. And you can see like slight smoke coming out of the bottom underneath his door. He would like to be the person to open it, and it would be the first person he ends up seeing.
I look on
You know what?
how
I
apprehensive does
will.
everyone look?
I
Oh,
will.
Oh wait.
Yep.
Arditha, you will.
So, Ardretha
I'll
opens
go.
up the smoke-filled room, and that is where we are going to go on break. We'll be back in approximately 5 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Don't change that dial, for more dramatic events are soon to follow. Timed that perfectly. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the exciting, a never a dull role-playing moment, Tactical Rerolls, Silverpool Chronicles.
it's not like. Are you okay? Like,
As Ardretha steps into the smoke-filled office, he sees the weary eyes of a detective. His fedora slightly pulled over his head, but he makes absolutely no moves. He doesn't even seem to recognize or acknowledge anyone entering the room. Everyone else follows suit. The room is incredibly smoky. As you look, there's an ashtray that's bellowing more smoke than it should. Something feels off in the room. What would you guys like to do?
I'm just gonna look at the guy and be like, are you okay?
No response.
Toby's gonna walk over.
Yeah, I like get down, like wave my hand in front of his face.
Toby, as you get closer, you notice that there is a large syringe injected into this man's arm. It looked like it was maybe launched from a dart gun.
Can I investigate the smoke?
Mm-hmm.
Like the
Do I
ashtray?
smell anything different?
Do you smell anything different? Okay, actually yes. So we'll go around. Maeve, as you go into the smoke, as you go to the ashtray, you notice that there's this fine gray powder that's smoking. That looks like it was poured on here.
With what I know, like with making my potions and stuff, do I recognize this
Make
at all?
me an alchemy tool check. It's just a base roll plus your proficiency bonus.
Oh.
Aggressive cars outside are aggressive. Lily, as you were
This is
smelling,
not-
this smoke doesn't smell normal. It smells chemical-like.
I'm gonna instantly hop out and yell out
Ooh.
for someone.
An 18? Maeve, this is choking powder, but it seems to have dissipated enough where it isn't dangerous.
Lily's going to run out the room and like, help! I need some help.
Mm-hmm.
Do I
Yeah,
know how
Toby-
to like stop this, or is there like a window I could like toss it out of?
Yeah, you can go over, open up one of the windows, and throw it out. All the windows have been pulled down, the blinds are closed. But yeah, Lily, you call out, and like a guard is like, "What's going on?"
It's chemical. There's something wrong with him.
So yeah, he walks in. Hardratha, you're the closest to the detective. You notice. Actually, what's everyone's past perception? Maeve would notice. Hardratha would
I have
notice.
a passive 12.
12 and passive 9. So, Hardratha and Maeve, you notice that there's a small amount of blood coming out of the detective's mouth.
There's a what?
Like a small, like a little bit of blood coming out of the detective's mouth.
Would I know if it would be safe to touch this guy at all? To see if there's like a heartbeat or anything? If he's breathing?
You can make a medical check. The guard walks into the smoke-filled room. He looks around. What's going on in here?
We came to go speak with him about everything. And we came in. We found him like this.
Oh my goodness! He looks. Is he alive?
Question: would I know anything about this?
I have no
guy
plus to
Pandas?
this.
I was supposed to.
What were the Sky Panorama be good at?
Oh,
Monks and clerics. So, Maeve, you roll a 9. You're checking around, and while you can't necessarily tell a cause of death, this man is definitely dead. He's still slightly warm though, so he hasn't been dead for long.
Lily's gonna
She
just
would
stay
let
low.
people know that though.
Mm-hmm.
Lily's gonna be very far from the room because she can't stand the smell of it.
Oh, what? Technically, yeah, you'd need to make a con save if you enter the room.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh.
From the choking powder. Yeah, you're fine. 20.
Yeah.
24.
I
Yeah,
was like,
25.
be careful. It's like choking powder in here. I don't. It smells horrible. I'm saying I'm sorry.
Yeah, babe. It still takes like a little bit for it to dissipate out, but
Yeah.
I know, but Maeve is just like, that's why I tossed it out the window.
yeah.
the room was very dark when you entered in. You can give me investigation checks if you want to start looking around this place. The guard is like run off to like go get clerics or medical attention.
Ooh. Oh wow.
I rolled
Well,
it
you
today.
can walk in and make a check too. You can go in and make a check too, or do you want to go to get the panda in?
No, I was thinking like if he was still alive, get some healing. But if he's already dead, then
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Well, you don't know if that other Pandaran has like resurrection stuff.
You know, I'll see if the other they tend to be like healers. I'll see if he happens to know anything. I'll be back. I can't until the leave.
So, Ardratha, you're looking around. It kind of just looks like an office. There's paperwork all over the place.
It looks like an office.
There's an ink and quill and stuff set up. Nothing necessarily like stands out of the ordinary. Toby, Maeve, you notice. Toby, you're more proficient with magic, and Maeve, you've hunt magical monsters.
Mm-hmm.
There's something about the closet that when you open it up, it seems to both be just a closet, but also seem to go on infinitely.
Do I recognize like the type of magic or like what would use this kind of trick?
You could do an Arcana check. Also, as you're looking around, you notice that a filing cabinet has been slightly shifted a bit farther than it should be. You can see the indents on the carpet where it was moved. There is a small hole that actually comes through one of the windows, where maybe this dart was shot through. So you rolled a 15 Arcana check. It seems to be, by the looks of this, it's a residue of some sort of spatial warping conjuration magic.
Okay.
Like an after effect of like less of a spell and more of like maybe a creature's natural ability or some sort of unusual phenomena. And the closet's very cold. Seems to like pull the heat away from your skin.
Can I also investigate that needle that's in the guy
Sure.
to try to figure out, like, again, what would use this kind of thing?
And I'll investigate the cabinet.
Okay. So I'm gonna cut back to Lily. Lily, you run downstairs. The panda's actually just getting ready to go. As he's leaving, the guard you told is like frantically talking to the woman with the black eyes.
I'm gonna call Renat and run up to him and grab his arm real quick.
He like turns and speaks to you in Draconic. What are you doing? What you look.
Do you know? Are you a healer? Do you know anything what?
In a way, yes, I can heal.
Do you know anything like the captain here was chemical and dead and.
Show me. And he drops his large bamboo pole that has the gourds on it on the ground. And he just kind of takes off after you. You notice he's notably faster than you.
I believe it.
He's actually kind of nimble in an odd way for such a large creature. Instead of opening it, he kind of like leaps and bowling ball rolls over the counter as he's like going through.
I could just imagine that, just jump and curl up.
That sounds really cool. We'll continue. So yeah, just bring him up there. I'll be careful because this smell is really intense.
Yeah. Alright, so Maeve, the dart looks custom crafted. It's small, about a half an inch long. The needle itself is quite long though, probably about an inch and a half in length, and it has black feathers that kind of like make it into this arrow style design. It's completely made of metal too. And the metal itself is slightly cool to the touch. You can try to take this thing apart.
Does this kind of work at all? Like, do I recognize?
You've probably seen things similar. It's a somewhat of a black market design dart that you could use out of, instead of a blowgun, like a type of crossbow that would have this on it. So you'd launch a crossbow bolt, and then the end of the bolt breaks off, and it keeps launching towards this dart. So it allows you to shoot it at really long distances. Maybe up to 300 or 400 feet.
Oh, is there anything wrong with the mirror?
And how far away is that cabinet where it seems like it was shot from?
The cabinet itself seems to have been moved. It broke through the
Wait.
window. There's a small hole from in the window, and it looks like it came from the glass behind him and like struck him in the arm when he was maybe writing on his desk or something, and that's how he was injected with whatever was in this. So you bring the panda up into it. You guys notice this large. He's actually slightly shorter than Lily, but only by a few inches. Gold. Oh my! I guess this panda brings the dogs out to the yard.
Oh my god, no.
Golden color versus Lily's black, and his hair almost seems to have like a sheen to it. And he like quickly walks in. He's like, what is the matter?"
Could you... It just points at the guy.
He goes over and he lifts up his paw and it begins glowing, and he like touches the guy, and he's like, he casts a spell. He's like focusing through, and the eyes of the detective start moving, but like very slowly, like somewhat responsive.
Wait, is he alive? Wait, I changed your crown. Lily got changed dragon. Like, is he alive? Is he okay?
He seems to be badly poisoned.
Lily runs over, forces his mouth open. I'm sorry about this, and shoves his smoking chops in his mouth. And forces his I'm sorry about this.
So you force one of your arcane force smoky chop meals into this guy's mouth.
Yeah.
And yeah, it takes effect immediately. He starts coughing up some more blood as he leans forwards. I will let you guys know he was on his last death saving throw.
Oh, so he was actually still alive.
Oh my god.
Yeah, my medicine check wasn't the best, so
Mm-hmm.
I had no plus. No pluses.
Let me use it. Let me make sure I use this. This is why Lily always have smoky chop ready. Makes you immune to poison.
He just coughs up like blood and stuff. He's like wheezing. Toby, you're checking out the filing cabinet. A whole section of the filing cabinet was removed. There's there should be a bunch of papers here, but it's just an empty space.
I was like, whoever was here before us
By the
was
looks
after
of it,
something.
whatever was in this office, it was large and strong. Because it wasn't like this thing was moved slightly. It was like it was ripped off and moved probably a good 5 inches away from where it was originally. You got a investigation 20. It seems that maybe the cabinet was a red herring. There's actually a small hole behind where the safe was, or the filing cabinet was, where there's a safe in the wall that's broken open.
Well then.
Yeah. You have saved the detective's life.
Smoky chops.
He is definitely disoriented a bit. The panda is giving him healing.
I'm gonna just hold on to the guy to make sure he doesn't fall over.
Yep.
Look around did you guys find anything in here?
Ardratha, what are you up to, by the way?
I think because I'm just clueless. I'm just watching Toby and Maeve just huh.
Mm-hmm. Lily just force-fed a man a pork chop.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's just but I always knew the food was really good.
But you didn't know it was that good? Is everything okay? Oh, Captain, I'm so sorry. Lily's just what do we do now?
He's you can tell the poison is still in his system, but it's getting neutralized.
Yeah, because my smoky chops, your body goes into a fever-like state, but you become resistant to cold, the cold damage, and you're immune to poison.
And he's he reaches in his jacket and pulls out a handkerchief and is tapping the blood off of his mouth. What's going on? His hand's shaking. He's trying to lift himself up to stand up, but he doesn't seem to have the strength at the moment.
Sorry, we came in here to speak to you, and we found you in here like this. Maeve, Toby, did you find anything else around in here?
Whatever was, Toby would say whatever was here is, gone. Whatever
Is
they were
the
looking
needle
for.
still in his neck? Or did somebody take that out?
Oh, I thought you took it out.
Yeah, you took it out to investigate it.
Well, I didn't originally just take it out. I was
Oh.
Investigating it.
Oh. Then yeah, Lily would have taken it out.
Yeah, alright.
Yeah.
I was under the impression you took it out.
No, she was just investigating because she didn't know if it would hurt him more by taking it out.
Looking across, you can actually see, because your perception's really good, you can see that there's actually an open window in another tower that's facing his office.
Maeve's gonna ask what that building is.
Who are you asking? Just like anyone?
Anybody who knows and is willing to answer.
The detective looks. What building?
The one that sits here behind your office.
He like turns around. And he like peers through the blinds. He's like still like kind of hazy. That's one of the barrack buildings where the city watch stay. Who are you people and what are you doing in my office?
We can't.
Well, there's a window open over there. I'm assuming that's where you got shot with this needle from.
This holds my head. Everything's hazy. I was doing a report on the Everbright murder.
We. Everbright murder?
The magic shop owner. He was murdered last night.
We came here to talk to you about that, and we found you. We found smoke. Choking powder was in here, chemical smoke, needle in your arm, and blood dripping from your mouth. Originally I thought you were probably dead, but fellow here.
Managed to get here just in time.
He looks up and just like this large burly panda.
Two.
He has two on either side of him.
He
Like,
has two big pandas.
and well, when you told me that you were still alive, but you were poisoned, I'm good with magic food, so I shoved the smoky chop down your throat to make the poison, negate the poison in you.
You guys can keep like moving around and investigating his office if you'd like.
Can I investigate the area around him to see if there's anything happened, like on his side of the desk right now? Oh.
Did you check in the desk?
Like around him to see if there's anything tampered with.
One of the drawers on his desk has been broke open. It looks like it might have been locked and they broke it open and took whatever was inside it.
So there should be some guys coming soon, but did you have anything special in this drawer over there, or someone poisoned you and broke in here and stole stuff from you?
I had a piece of. It was a piece of the ebony wood staff, the snake head, that was found at the crime scene. I was looking it over. Never seen anything designed like it before. My head, my thoughts are all cloudy. I need a drink. He tries to get up and just
No, I'm
kind of
keep him
falls
there.
over.
I'm gonna keep him in his seat. Let's wait till the guard was getting clearance and stuff for you. Just wait here, sir.
You know, I pull out my bottle and I hand it to him.
Bottle of what?
Bottle of what?
Hardratha, was that the staff that you traded with the book?
Yep.
Did you do any sort of investigations or anything on that staff before you traded it?
I identified it.
What was it?
I actually forget. It was a staff of.
The TLDR of it is.
It could turn into a snake.
Yeah, it could turn into a snake, and
Yeah.
it had some poison-based spells based around it.
Yep.
It was nothing like super crazy. Actually, Hardratha, your amulet would hum with slight power from the broken drawer. and it matches the same frequency as the pearls in the mirror.
Oh.
Very faint though versus the other two.
And again.
Panda really does bring the dogs to the yard. he stops and speaks in common. Who are you people?
Is that the panda talking, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whom are you people?
Lily would stand because she's kneeling next to the chair of a human. But howdy, I'm Lily Cook. You probably know more Jing Mei.
The Black Hill people.
No, don't know if I can really call myself that, but that's where I came from. These are my friends.
Greetings, Dragon One, Drow, and Human.
Yeah, Lily's like, you gotta introduce yourself. Like, I'm not about to keep going.
Yeah, it's like I kind of go up and just like hold my hand out to him. It's like, nice to meet you. I'm Hardratha.
The pleasure is mine.
Maeve is still trying to like walk around and piece things together, so she probably did not process the fact that he said human at her.
I would say, my name is Toby.
Nice to meet you. I'm Zhao. I'm a medicine man of my people. XIO, in case anyone's wondering how it's spelled.
Okay.
Well, it was an honor to help save a life, but I must continue on my journey.
Monsieur, I won't disrupt you, especially with this all around, but if you think sticking around here want to talk or like some food, in the lower areas, Lily, restaurant opened up called Lily, Bugden, that's my place.
I will check it out. Thank you.
Thank you.
He heads out. As he's leaving, the guards come in like some clerics, and they're starting to dawdle over him. They have like medicines and stuff.
Lily will probably point to the cleric about the poison that she shoved a smoky chop in his mouth.
They pull out like an anti-venom and like mix it up together and stuff and gives it to him.
He immune to poison, but yeah.
I mean, you know that, and everyone else who saw you know that. These people don't really trust the power of a magic pork chop.
You want to eat it yourself and see?
Magic pork chop.
Like, Lily will freak it out. Like, you want to eat it and see yourself?
Hey, it saved my life.
It's like, no, we have to take care of this man. They begin dialing or cast like some restoration magic. Yeah. So what do you guys want to do? You want to wait around a little bit for the detective to regain his bearing? Do you want to?
The needle. Was there anything like special about it, or?
So it's not a blowgun needle. It's put on the end of a crossbow to be able to be launched at long distance.
Like, is there any like etching or anything?
Nah, it's made of. It's purely made of metal. Most needles are slightly made of metal and with some glass, but this one's made completely of metal. Like, it's designed to punch through hard surfaces, maybe in armor. If any of you guys are experienced with smith's tools, that will get you more information. If not, you may need to seek out an artificer or someone with like skills.
Nope.
You're proficient in smith's tools?
Apparently.
Oh,
I can tell I got nothing out of it because that's 4.
Yeah, no, not really. Like, this is a weird design. You might be able to disassemble it and gain more information by spending time tinkering with it. Take it apart, maybe you can figure out what poison was in it by looking on the inside.
What all was moved in the office?
The closet door was open. One of the filing cabinets was moved about 5 inches, and there's a small safe in the wall that's been cracked. And then the drawer in the guy's desk was broken. Maeve also noticed that there's like spatial warping in the closet. Does anyone open the blinds?
I already did.
Alright, so the spatial
Yeah.
warping immediately goes away once the light enters into the closet. And it returns to being a normal closet.
Yeah, because when I had thrown the choking powder out, I
Yeah, you'd open the
like,
window.
flung everything open.
So yeah, so you would have seen that. As soon as the light touches it, it's gone.
That's a question. Does this magic look similar to those dogs?
Yes, it does look similar to those dogs.
Hardratha, you knew more about those creatures than I did.
I knew about the dogs, but not the man.
Well, I'm asking about the dogs.
Yeah,
Because this magic is very similar.
You would know, Hardratha. You would have heard of people who have similar powers to the Shadow Mastiffs and can even create them out of weaving dark magic. Like, weaving anti-light. Some of these people are born with it or gifted this power later in life, but they're normally leads to either adventurers or assassins or thieves, and they can just jump from shadow to shadow, vanish into the night like nothing happened. Or anywhere that's dark, really.
Alright, well, I would relay everything I know on the subject.
That's something we might need to do more research on and see if it's connected to that staff or the ship.
We should probably head out the room and let them do their thing.
Yeah.
And then closer to like more in a whisper, listener Maeve's like, I don't know if you want them to know about like the ship actually and all that. So we have a lot of ears around right now.
So yeah, you guys leave. As you leave, the lady with the black eyes is out there. She has her arms crossed. What exactly did you want with my boss?
Well, why didn't you actually save your boss?
I had not known anything had happened to him.
We wanted us, the whole with the murder thing, this guy pointed to, he didn't do it. We were coming to in to talk with him. And well.
Just kind of like nods her head in acknowledgement. Well, he needs time to rest at the moment. You guys can come back at another point.
You may want to check, never mind, no heart, she wouldn't have done it. How long do you think it'll be?
Give him an hour. Enough time for him to at least rest and regain his bearings. The letter will still be good, so you can drop by.
I'm gonna look to the rest of the group. Well, what do we do now?
Okay.
All we to do is wait.
I take my bottle and just start taking a drink.
Alright. So you guys want to take a short rest, go get some food, come back?
Yeah.
Why not?
So if you guys pass an hour however you want, you guys can split up. Toby, you can actually spend the hour taking apart the needle if you want.
Taking a what?
Taking apart the dart,
Yeah.
because you have Smith's tools.
Yep.
They're less precise than Tinker's tools, but there's enough stuff in there you can be like, yeah, I can break this open and look.
Lily would actually talk with everyone and get the information that they got from it.
It's interchange
Yeah.
information.
And but once she hears about like the barracks, she'd ask Maeve if she would want to go with her to the barracks to see if they had anyone, if they noticed anyone.
Haven't seen anything,
yeah.
probably.
Mm-hmm.
Because all of this is starting to seem very connected.
Why there were still little
That's
guards.
something that Maeve will say.
Especially if like judging Hydra, if like the same energy was in that one drawer.
Say again?
Essentially, like with the energy that of the mirror and the pearl was faintly at that drawer.
It's probably where he was keeping the staff.
Then would that mean that the
Like
staff
the
has
pieces
some
of it.
essence of it? Or actually, would that be then the staff got some of the energy essence from Hydrato when he
That is what I am guessing. That the staff was infused with the essence, and the people attracted the staff to the shop.
Lily's gonna. Can I do a perception around me right now?
Sure. I mean, you just general people milling about. No one stands out.
No, I mean like I'm looking to see if there's anyone specifically.
Telling you.
Yeah.
Alright.
Nope. Roll that one.
No, you don't notice anything.
Can I actually look around, see if that old lady is still here?
Sure.
Hmm.
One perception check. You don't see an old lady, but it's not often you see a very large crow perched up on a stall watching.
Lily's going to actually hush, like, move closer with a hushed tone, like, see, if we can't exactly get it off of us, I mean, and points to a chakram, this had gotten some of the energy of the pearl. Just stay on your guards, guys. Because if that was so recent, it may be catching the energy from this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would probably be a good idea. While we're waiting, I don't know if Lily wanted to go in to the barracks and try to talk to those people. Or if she actually needs to take a short rest.
Lily can go. Doesn't mind. Go and ask him.
Yeah. You guys can go to the barracks. You also can go to the original scene of the crime. That's something else I can point out.
It's actually.
It's
Does Hydrate tell us about the crow?
Yeah.
Do I tell you all about what?
A giant crow.
Yes, I do. Like,
I shouldn't say it's a giant.
Since
crow,
you
it's
do.
large.
Yeah, can I go?
Giant.
Can I look at it? Do I see anything as a monster hunter and all that? Is there anything unique about it?
Its eyes seem soulless. Instead of black eyes, it has like white, milky eyes.
Is it watching us?
He seems to be sitting there, looking at everything.
Does it seem to have like the same manner as that one woman?
Roll an insight check. We're rolling insight on a crow, people. Welcome to Tactical Reroll. My players trust nothing. Who knows?
Nope.
The table could be a mimic.
Honestly, I thought the table
My
was a...
crappiest roll in a minute.
Oh, wait, that was a history.
I want to do an insight roll on it.
Whoopsies.
I rolled that one again! Why?
Ah!
Oh my god!
It has similar mannerisms like the woman.
Oh.
Do I recognize any magic?
There's no visible signs of a spell,
Yeah.
other than its unusual milky eyes.
Oh, that's funny.
Whenever I'm actually going to approach the crow.
Alright.
And as I get closer, does my pendant react at all?
It does. It hums with a magic.
Alright, well, I just go up to the crow and be like, excuse me, are you the same old lady that was here earlier?
You just walk up and just say, "Hey, are you
Hi,
a
crow!
Are you
you a
secretly
person?
polymorphed?
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking it was some sort of druid magic that they shapeshifted.
As you look at it, the crow's form shifts and it disappears into a puff of black feathers.
Lily,
Goodbye, Crow?
Yep, that's what I thought.
Lily want to go, almost got a chakra. Like, wait, I can't bring this out here. I can't bring this out here.
Goodbye, Crow.
Alright.
Okay.
Does anyone have...
I turn around and walk back to the group. It's like, well, that happened.
Is there a... I'm actually gonna tell... I'm gonna contact Celia. I'm gonna find a message tower thing and send us a message to her.
Oh, so you just go to like a civis center?
Yeah.
Alright. What's everyone else doing? Maeve, you want to go check out the barracks?
Yeah, I don't know if anybody wants to come with.
I'll come with.
Alright. Toby, what you doing?
I'm actually gonna start taking apart the start.
He's gonna sit at a cafe somewhere and just take apart it.
Roll me a tool check. Lily, you go up there to the civis center. You're just doing a sending spell, or are you doing a telegram, or
Sending spell.
Oh, wait.
sending spell?
A question: when I send it, does she can do I get a response as well? Wait,
Yeah.
As I send, okay.
It is 15 gold for a
That's
sending spell.
fine.
It's the most expensive thing because you're like directly messaging a person instead of making a telegram.
Right at this point, Lily's like, I don't care. It's worth it.
It's 25 words.
Okay.
It's an additional 7 gold for every word after 25.
Go through everyone else.
For another 25 words. Sorry.
Go through everyone else want to talk about it.
Alright. So you go and you break apart. You don't get it exactly to where you can put it together. You kind of like cut off the front part. Inside is this thick, black, viscous poison that kind of oozes out. And it getting on your finger just makes it numb and hard to control. The inside actually has an emblem on it, though. The inside of this thing. Like a maker's mark. And it is a wrench holding a crystal. So like the claw part of the wrench has like a crystal in it. And that's this emblem carved into it. So that's what you get from your taking it apart, Toby. It's very well made.
One word.
Yes. So that's set up like that. The other thing is there is a small glass vial inside it, so whenever it hits something, the glass vial breaks and like shoots the poison out, or whatever's in it.
Okay.
You think that you could probably even deliver healing potions using this method? Theoretically. The needle itself doesn't look like it does a lot of damage. It would do 1 point of damage. So it would shoot in and then inject whatever you put in it.
I could probably replicate this, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
But I do have a crossbow with me, so...
Yeah, you can spend time and modify your crossbow bolts.
Yeah.
So, Maeve, Hardratha, you go up to this garrison building.
Okay.
There is a decent amount of guards in the area, but the actual building itself is unusually empty.
Hmm.
Do you guys just walk up there? Are you rolling stealth checks?
I was gonna walk up and talk to one of the guards.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of fill them in on what happened, and we were wondering if we could
Oh my goodness,
take a look.
that just happened? Well, no offense, ma'am. This is like an internal affairs area. Well, I mean...
Well, you might want to look into that open window and how that's directly across. So we need to see what's going on.
He looks back and forth. He's like, oh, right. Technically, I'm not allowed to let you in. But technically, the detective, if what you're saying is true, wouldn't necessarily say so. Wait, who are you with again? He stops and, like, looks.
I'm a house agent.
You show him your ring?
Yep.
You know, funny thing, you're the second one of those who came by here.
Same house or different?
Same house.
Well,
Real
that's
oddball.
not the...
Kind of had curly black hair, tall dude.
Do I recognize this?
Not from
statement,
like such
or-
a vague description. He had a tall collared coat on. He's a human.
Human. Ringing any bells or no for me?
Mm-mm. Doesn't
Well-
sound like you've anyone you've worked with.
Well, that doesn't matter for the time being, considering that an assassination just nearly occurred.
How about this? I'm gonna patrol the other way, and if you make your way in, you make your way in.
You cut out a patrol the other way from me.
If I patrol the other way and you make your way inside the garrison, you make your way inside the garrison. I didn't see anything.
Alright?
He just kind of turns around and just starts heading off. What's that?
Shall we? Too hard, Raytha?
Yep.
I figured out what I wanted to say.
Ah. So, you guys can make stealth checks if you want to sneak in or just walk through the front door. Your choice. Or I'll let you guys
I
decide.
mean,
amongst
is there a lot
yourselves.
of other... Is there a lot of other guards?
There's not a lot of guards in this in this garrison, but there are guards around.
Yeah.
So what do you want to say, Lily?
So there's gonna be, and it's 24 words. I wrote each word down and put a number underneath it so I kept track.
Okay.
Alright, so, and does it have to be like out loud or could it be like a whisper?
You pretty much write it down, and this guy sends it.
Alright, so, like, does he say it or like, as he sends it or?
No, he doesn't have to say it. He sends it. He just looks at what you wrote and it's like, okay, I send it. I don't ask questions. My job is just to send messages.
Okay, so it's, Celia, be careful. Someone is tracking the essence of mana. Shopkeep Parzratha gave staff 2 dice. Staff had essence. I'm cautious because of chakram.
Oh, and you send it to her.
Mm-hmm.
She messages. She like does a reply. Where are you currently? I am out shopping in Everbright District, looking for magical components.
Where's Everbright District?
Right near where you guys are, actually. It's actually where the murder happened. It's the Mage District.
I'm actually not gonna take a spawn. I'm gonna run to that district.
Oh, you're just gonna go running? Sure.
Yeah. Where are you currently? The reason why is like out of all of us, she's been the one person messing with them the most and would have the most essence off of her.
Mm-hmm.
Like she held them both in her hands, man. Like.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
I mean, I'm surprised nothing happened to me.
I'm gonna run. And as I'm running, do I just still see a lack of guards?
Yeah, in the Garrison District, there's an odd lack of guards. Yeah.
Well,
Like in an area that you would think would be crawling with city watch, there's not a lot for some reason.
I'm gonna run to the district in which she was at.
So, Maeve, Ardratha, what's your entrance strategy?
We're sneaking.
We're sneaking.
Roll me stealth checks.
I told you I only had a +2.
I don't think. I mean.
So you guys go to open the door, and you're sneaking. It's like,
Beautiful.
I appreciate it so much.
so it's this big crunch as like the door opens, and it opens up into the small, 10 feet wide, 10 feet long, 20-foot wide room, and inside, you notice that there are 2 guards, dead.
Oh.
And it looks like a bloody mess happened. Also, when you walk in, no sound can be heard when your feet hit the floor. You would
Is
expect
it dark in this room?
nope, it's just silent.
Okay. Now, what can we investigate the bodies, see how they died?
Yeah, you can do an investigation check, see how they died.
Here's the thing.
I'm just not doing good today.
You did better than her.
Do you
Maeve's
say
so
anything to each other?
frustrated.
Maeve, do you try to talk to Hardratha?
Yeah.
No sound. Your mouth's moving. No sound.
Ha. Maeve is just so frustrated by all of the shenanigans. That is the reason why she's not seeing things clearly.
But you're moving around. It looks like
there-
fine cuts. Like, there's like fine cuts in their armor. It looks like they were like stabbed through the chest. They didn't seem to put up much of a fight.
Mm.
Like their weapons aren't even drawn. They have like small crossbows and their swords are still in their sheaths.
So Maeve is gonna motion like, shall we keep going then? Let's like investigate everything before we grab anyone. She's probably gonna pop back one of her potions also.
Ah,
Yeah, I do a thumbs up.
And her speed now increases by 10 feet.
cool.
So if we end up in combat.
So yeah. So there's another double door directly in front of you.
Okay.
So you pop that open and you walk in. It's another 10-foot long hallway, but this one is 30 feet wide. And there's a reception desk. And the receptionist is pinned to the wall, and 2 of his arms are missing, and 1 of his legs lay on the desk.
Oh.
I'm assuming we still can't talk? Like there's
Nope, no
still
sound.
No silence.
Yep, silence, no sound.
Maybe it's just gonna keep going.
Yeah.
Gonna get to that window, find out what the fuck happened. What the heck happened? Sorry.
Yeah, no, this is. Well, at least we know how he died.
I mean, it's PG-13, so there we go.
At least we know how he died.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's keep on.
Mistakes
Alright,
were
so-
made.
There are 3 doors. There is a door to your left, a door to your right, and another double door to the front.
Does it seem like... I don't know how you would know this. Never mind. Never mind on that question. We're gonna go to the door on the left.
Yeah. So you go to the door
Or
on
at
the
least
left.
Maeve is.
Maeve goes to the door on the left. As you open it up,
I mean, I'm following. At this point here, I don't trust splitting up.
so as you like pull this door open, it looks like an area where they would have a guard with like a crossbow stationed, because you can see these small slits that let you see out, and also to the room where the guards were killed. You can see it, and there is a body laying on the floor in here.
Is it another guard?
It looks like a civilian. But they're tied up, thrown on the floor, and it looks like they have like something in their mouth.
Are they still alive, does it look?
You can't necessarily tell.
So we're gonna go up and investigate then.
Yeah.
Eh. So you walk up. It's only a 5-foot wide hallway, and the hallway is 15 feet long before it opens up into this 10-foot
Hey.
area.
Hey.
Had to throw you up, me.
Yep.
1 moment, please. Stand by.
Stand by.
Standing by.
Lily's running, so I'm sorry she can't stand at the moment.
Toby's just fascinated. He's like, this is gonna be interesting to show the boys.
So yeah, so you walk up there. You notice that they like move slightly to you approaching. How they know, you don't know, because you're not making any noise.
Or do they seem hostile in any way?
They move slightly janky.
Like something seems wrong?
Yeah.
I wish I was there right now. Cries.
It wasn't for the fact that I can't speak. I'm gonna try to take the gag out, even though like they can't speak.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, did the map update?
It's unloading.
Loading.
So tiny.
This is a very
Yeah, wow.
big map.
It is. It's. Oh, or did you just section off portion of it?
I see, yeah, sectioned off a portion of it. Alright. So yeah, so you walk up, and as you approach, this thing just kind of, it turns and it has black eyes, and it just seems to break free, and its body twists and morphs as it lunges forward. Roll initiative.
Can I send my theory? Because I had a theory.
Are you there?
No.
Rodritha, roll initiative.
Yep. Wow.
Why do you keep one-upping me?
Alright, so starting at the top of the round, Rodritha. You look at this person, their eyes are completely black, and they just kind of like twitch slightly as they're like looking at you.
Do I know what kind of creature or whatever this is?
It looks like a normal person with black eyes.
Just with black eyes.
Yeah.
Does he have any wounds or anything like that on them?
Not necessarily wounds, but as you're looking, there's like this faint shadowy energy that's like tied around this person.
I am
It's
just
over
going.
here.
Yeah, I'm just right now, because I don't really want to like just run in and start beating down on this guy. I'm going to ready my warhammer.
Okay. Just realized.
Glad I prepped that potion.
Just realized I put the wrong token up. My bad, guys. Sorry. One moment.
I was like, did he just disappear?
No.
Did he poof into a cloud of feathers?
Alright. So you're just doing a ready to action?
Yep.
Alright. Maeve, you're up.
I'm gonna step back.
Hardraith is directly behind you. So
Actually, I'm glad that.
you have to use rough terrain to squeeze by.
I'm glad Toby's not there, because Toby would be screwed.
I mean, I have a speed technically of 40, so
So yeah, so it just costs double your movement to push by Hardraith.
nope.
So
And
it's
I'm
10
gonna
feet.
draw the rapier my
Like, the reason I
husband
say
made.
Toby would be screwed is because, it's silenced.
Yeah. Either way, still taking out the sword.
Mm-hmm. Trying to lock the position of sides of these token skills. There we go. So yeah, so this thing just kind of moves forwards, and it looks, and for a moment you can like see it like trying to mouth something, and then it's trying to like keep its arm from moving, and then its arm just slashes out, and as it does, these shadowy claws come off it, and attempts to strike Hardrefa.
That hits.
So this creature just slashes you. For yeah, so
Ow.
your temporary hit points actually just absorb it, I don't know why do you have temporary hit points?
I actually shouldn't have any temporary hit points right now.
Let me roll that damage again. I'll just say that doesn't seem right.
I was supposed to say it's because we never changed the status from last fight.
Yes. For 5 damage, and as these shadowy claws cut into you, you feel like the shadow trying to wrap around you, but you fight it off. And that's all this thing does, and it's mouthing something at you, but you can't hear it. Ardratha, you're up.
Can I actually read its lips to see what it's trying to say?
Do you have the alert feat?
No, I do not.
You do not. Maeve, do you have the alert feat?
I have observant.
Does observant let you read people? Is that the one I'm thinking of?
Observant lets you read lips if you know the language.
Oh, so Maeve could theoretically read the thing's lips.
Okay.
But your readied action goes off, Ardratha. So you can make your attack on this creature because it did come up and try to harm you. Well, did harm you.
Yeah, now that it tried, it kind of did, so.
Yeah. So you just, you didn't target it, so I'm gonna have that, see if it hits. Yes, you just, boom, bring down your warhammer on this unidentified creature. You'd actually drag the action from your sheet onto the token.
Oh, okay.
Onto the person.
Okay, so. Wow.
Boom, you
All right,
crack
we're
into
even.
it. And you this doesn't look like someone who should have combat prowess. You've like fought commoners before. Not necessarily like out of willing, but like in bar fights. The fact that they just like took a warhammer to like the side and they're still standing means that there's like something unusual going on here. And now you can take your normal turn. So you have your action, bonus action movement. As this person looms over you.
Yeah, I am just, see here, yeah, I want to, I guess I'm just going to try to hit the guy again.
Alright. So you swing, and as you hit it, but the shadows just absorb the blow.
Okay, and at this point here, I look back at Maeve like, what to do?
Apparently, Azzy has the same thought process, Ardratha.
Maeve.
What is this thing saying?
So as you're reading it, it's like, it's babbling to itself. I cannot see. What's going on? I can't see.
So she's gonna put a hand up on Ardratha and try to motion in some way of don't kill. So like non-lethal blows, if that's possible.
How do you convey this to him? You're like finger wag, no head cutting off. Like how are you doing?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. So that's your interaction.
She's then going to try to do a. How would you do a non-lethal attack? Can I just try to like? I don't know.
You state before you attack that you are doing
Okay.
non-lethal.
So
that
like
way,
it would be
like-
like you'd punch it or you'd hit it with like a bludgeoning object.
Like with your handle, you hit with like the back of your handle versus the blade
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about doing. Would it be the regular proficiency then? 'Cause I do have dueling proficiency.
Now
How do I
use-
target? I don't know how to do that.
So from your window, you can just drag. You can click on your roll to hit and just drag it and drop it right onto the creature. So yeah, you swing and you hit it.
So would I roll the same damage and
You just
make
drag.
it?
You just drag the damage and drop it right onto it, and it will roll it. So you pull out and slash into it. Non-lethally.
Yeah.
I don't know how you would non-lethally take someone down with a rapier.
The bunt of
The
it.
back of the handle.
Actually,
Yeah.
no. Maeve, you're not close enough to do that. Hold up.
Oh, I can move back forward.
So you'd move next to it then?
Yeah.
Nice, that's fine.
Because I have the movement easily to do that.
So you stab it. Anything else you can do, or no?
Technically, no.
Alright. So before
I think
this...
I just realized that you put in the rapier that the husband made.
I put that in there at, like, the beginning of the session. Yeah.
Yeah, I was using my regular rapier.
It's all good.
Oh well.
Toby, you're kind of sitting in this cafe, and as you do, this like rodent comes up and bites you on the leg. What's your AC?
What?
The rodent bites you on the leg. What's your AC?
13.
All right, so yeah, that hits.
How?
4 wounds. So 4d10 damage.
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
Wait, what happened?
Wait, what?
All right,
To
so
ma-
there's this rat sneaks up on you, and I rolled a nat 20 for its stealth. That's why you didn't see it.
Wait, on who?
On Toby, while he's sitting there working.
Oh my god.
As it bites it, a flash of magic goes off, and the part of your leg begins like being cut with these wounds and blisters all over it. And yeah, so you notice there's now a giant rat underneath the table with these white eyes staring at you.
He would make a loud noise and try to kick it.
Okay.
Cause that hurt.
Yeah, so this thing only has, let's see, what is this? Giant rat. Go look at the giant rat stats. Giant rat. It has an armor class of 12, so roll to hit with your foot. So yeah, you just boot it. What's your strength? It's 1 plus
12.
your strength damage.
I
1
have a
plus your,
strength of 12.
so it's 2 damage.
Modifier,
then.
yeah, 2 damage.
So you kick it, and this thing, Kai eyes, it like hisses at you as it turns around and looks.
After him from Golden.
No, that's exactly what I'm doing. So you're running through the streets.
Yeah, to
Yep.
catch to Celia.
You look up, and there is a crow flying over, a raven flying overhead,
Exactly me or
like a little bit behind you. What's your armor class?
my armor is 16.
16. So this hits you. You take 9 points of damage. Actually, I just realized you guys aren't in the combat tracker for some reason. I find odd. So, Toby is... Oh, Toby, you already put in your damage, I take it?
So I take 9 damage. So I go
Yeah.
down to...
Yeah, he already put in his damage. You take 9 damage as this thing squawks and a blast of black energy grazes across you. What would you like to do?
So I see it,
Yeah.
and that's where it's coming from. Alright, I want to. Can't do I am going to chug a invigorating juices and keep running until I can find Celia. But I'll say like shouting for people to get out of my way.
Okay.
Cause I know like.
You two can
I
both roll
chug?
for
I want to
initiative
chug.
now.
So I want to chug my thing, and then I want to grab my walk,
Mhm.
and I want to prepare that for if it attacks again to since now I know it, to try to intercept it.
Okay, cool.
But I'm gonna start yelling out for Celia.
Alright. She's just running through yelling for her. People are looking at you and they see this like white-eyed crow blast you with some sort of magic. Oh hey. The unidentified creature goes. It turns to what seems to have hurt it. It opens its mouth. And it seems to like try to absorb the light out of you, Maeve, but it doesn't seem to like stick hold. Whoops, Lily, you're up. I accidentally skipped you. No, you didn't roll for initiative. That's what happened.
Wow. Do you want me to roll for initiative now?
Yep.
So it's now my turn though. Or got an 8. So
7. Yeah, so it is.
it is.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So you're just gonna keep running?
Give me a second. I need to do a thingy. I'm sorry. I need to give myself. I have 8 temporary hit points. Cool.
Huh.
I'm gonna keep running, but I'm actually. Like, do I see any signs of her, or like, 'cause she's like, do I see any like?
You're just running through crowded streets at this point, pushing by people.
Yeah.
You can make a survival check to see if you can smell her out. You do have keen smell. That's a thing you can do.
I'm gonna make, and I have advantage of that, don't I? Because I'm using smell.
I think so, yeah.
Okay, so perception. 20.
So yeah, you take one long sniff, and like you immediately like snap onto her thing, her scent. And are you just running?
Yes.
All right. So you can run up to your Constitution modifiers consecutively. After that, then you have to start making con saves.
I have my Constitution modifier. I have +4, so cool.
So yes, you can run 4 consecutive turns at full speed.
So because I believe before I was like more so like less like now because there's something attacking, I'm like dash running towards her.
So you're going 50 feet a turn.
Yeah.
So just
How far away does she seem to be?
Seems maybe 4 turns out.
Can I yell to her to get her attention?
Yeah.
So I'm
Yell.
I'm gonna yell to her.
Oh, we'll see if she hears. Or Dretha. You just saw this creature try to maybe absorb the light out of me.
I still want my I still have my ready action to intercept when it shoots up it. Like try to.
You used your action to run.
Oh, my action now.
Yeah.
Well, I still have my action, which is what it is. So. Alright.
Okay. So what are you up to, Dretha?
Alright. Upon seeing this, but also seeing Maeve like attack with trying to like knock the creature out, I'm going to make an attack myself to do non-lethal.
Okay. So you swing and you slam into it with your warhammer.
Mm-hmm.
But you maybe you hit it with a broadside to do like less damage.
Yeah.
And you hit this thing, and it like, you think maybe it let out a wail. As you hit it, you notice the color in its eyes start to come back for a moment, and then it goes back to being dark. Anything else you can do?
No.
Screen flame blade.
No.
Well, you can't do anything that requires a vocal.
Oh yeah, you're right. You can't. I don't think green flame blade.
Which is why I said
it does.
Which is why I'm like, I'm glad Toby wasn't there because Toby'd be fucked.
Oh, yeah. Miv, you're up. You also saw you saw the color in the eyes, the color of this creature's eyes come back for a moment as he got whacked. You notice too that the strikes you're doing don't seem to be damaging the person itself. but the shadow around it is what you're damaging.
Okay.
Because like you kind of hit it with your rapier, and it didn't cut it. It sliced at the shadow that wraps around it.
Okay. Is that something that Hardratha has seen to notice?
Yeah, Hardratha would also have noticed this.
Okay. Seeing that, she's gonna kind of make it known that she's flipping around her blade and purposely now trying to lethally attack the shadow.
Alright.
Let's do the right.
Eat it.
So you slice into it.
Yep.
Yeah. Kill beans. So you notice as you slice it, this like person-shaped shadow comes off this creature and just fades away. And the person that you attacked falls unconscious.
Okay.
Moving on. Thoby, this rat is just looking at you like you're the tastiest thing in the universe. And you notice that it has another spell being conjured into its mouth.
Oh dear. Well, so much for bringing attention around here.
People are noticing that you let out a scream and you jumped up.
I'm just gonna look at the rat and do. Where is it?
Okay. So I have to
Just
make a
silently.
save.
Yes.
Breath.
A dex save.
Oh my god.
Cause lightning.
Nat 1. Roll
So
for damage.
So all you hear Toby say is, lightning.
Oh yeah, no. You barbecue this rat into next year. Yeah, just boom. And as it dies, it vanishes. It leaves behind no body. Just vaporizes off into shadow. Lily, this raven makes another attack against you. What's your...
16.
16? Yep, so it strikes you for
I'm going to use my interception.
14 damage. Can you use that on a range attack?
Let me answer that real quick.
And it's actually it's a +2 for damage.
Yeah, it just says when you see hits a target within 5 feet of you with an
So
attack.
it technically deals 11 damage. How much are you going to reduce it by?
1d10 plus my proficiency bonus.
So if you roll a 9, you will completely negate all this damage.
So it was 6.
6?
Yep, so how
You
much
take
damage did I take?
3, so that only hits your temporary.
So 3? So
Mhm.
no, 5.
So this thing just and blasts into you.
How far up in the air is it?
Roughly about like 30 feet up.
Alright, wait, and so...
It's your turn now.
Uh,
That happened on its turn.
Okay.
And it's still barely, like, even though you're running, it's like weaving around up in the sky looking for you. And it's has this continuous eye on you regardless. Throw your shotgun
I-
at it.
I'm not taking out my weapons.
Okay.
Because I'm up higher. That's the only reason why I didn't throw my chakram at it.
I mean, this is life or death. This thing doesn't seem to care.
I don't care about it.
Alright.
The...
Predator crystal.
When I yelled after
against
Celia,
the rat.
do I see any movement further out? Because I'm pretty sure I'm taller than everyone else in this crowd.
You, from being able to smell, she's in a shop full of incense and stuff.
What's around me right now?
Mages who are looking at this bird blast you.
What... Like, is there like a trash can or anything?
There are okay. So you're running on a busy street. There are street vendors There are like barrels and stuff, and there are people shopping and buying. And then there's these actual official shops.
Is there any like tall thing?
You're looking for cover?
No, I'm looking for something to jump on, to jump up and like try to swing at this bird.
Yeah, you can like climb up some barrels, jump onto the top of one of these stalls, and try to slash the bird.
Yeah, I was gonna like try to jump up. Like I was literally gonna run up and try to like sort of parkour and like.
Alright, so you can climb up probably about 10 feet, and then you can make a standing jump, which is half your strength modifier in feet that you can leave.
Strength modifier?
It's strength itself. Sorry, half your strength.
How high would I get up with a barrel?
Probably like, let's say 5 feet up.
Okay, never mind. I'm just
So
gonna
you
keep
climb on
running
a stack of barrels.
then. I'm gonna keep running then. I won't get high enough.
No,
If it's 30 feet in the air, I won't get high
no thing.
enough.
You can climb on one of the stalls itself, and that'll put you up high in the air. Probably like 11-ish feet up.
11-ish plus... No, I'm gonna keep running. I won't get high enough.
Ah, so you keep zooming.
Is my chakram reaction to any of the...
No.
Or actually, do I hear any whisper or anything?
You do hear some whispers.
Should I
Are you gonna give in to the darkness?
Like, I try to focus on the whispers to see what they're saying.
Sure,
like,
make me a concentration check.
what is concentration?
Constitution.
Constitution. Alright. Like, ability?
Yeah.
22.
22. So you focus. Your chakra like glows, and like you feel your cut begin to arc. What would you like to do?
Is it like magical?
Yeah, you feel this unusual instinct to, like,
Can I,
something's forcing its way out of your hand.
Can I like direct it towards the bird?
Alright, so you
Is that
just.
Yeah.
Alright, make me a spell attack.
Oh.
So it's just a d20, because
okay.
you're not proficient.
Got an 18.
Alright. That definitely hits. So you hold your hand up, and a spectral chakram rips its way out of your hand. Flies through the air, strikes the crow, and the crow explodes into like spectral feathers, and then those feathers vanish. And that's where we're going to leave today's episode. The players, under an attack from an unusual source, spectral animals attacking and casting spells, and Maeve and Hardratha fighting off a shadowy creature within a unusually empty garrison.
Medic!
Next week's episode is Fighting Through the Dark. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us today. We have our splendid, great players here. This episode will be going up over on our YouTube channel. Check out the other great content that we're going to be having coming out soon. And as always, thank you guys for watching. Any last words from my players?
My poor paw.
Your poor paw, yeah.
My poor paw.
Spectral chakram came ripping out your hand. It was a smaller chakram.
Still.
Toby's
My leg!
Toby's leg.
Yeah, you're like. Oh, I'm so sorry, Toby.
This is what happens when you
Ow,
split the
that-
party.
That hurts! A
I
lot!
wasn't expecting anything like super bad. I was like, oh, let me go here. It's like, oh, she's nearby. Truck. So,
Alright, so thank you all, and as always,
yo, I like to say like this happened all within 1 hour, guys.
yep, signing
I
off.
didn't think we'd be walking into a dungeon.
What do you-